On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go. Am I on key or
the
what?
words for that?
Yes. We go down the highway. We're the best of friends.
Okay.
Little Willie Nelson singing for you because we're on the road once again. Where are we? Co-pilot Jessica Hess, my wife, of the Empty Hesters.
Did you want me to answer that?
Yeah, I do know.
We're just past Tampa.
Okay.
So,
Softball's still going on one more day, but we need to get back. It's going to take us a couple days to drive, so here we are once again doing our
we're coming up
road
to a
trip.
big bridge.
Yeah.
These are my favorite.
You like these bridges?
Going over the big waters of, well, we're north of Tampa. So
No, that's an on-ramp from somewhere.
Well, it looked like a
You know
big
what?
bridge.
We stopped here. On the way down, we stopped at this area just north of Tampa, and I was supposed to get on this bridge and come this way, but remember I missed a turn, and we had to turn. Remember that? I was like, wait. Okay, wait. We'll show it to you right now. Yeah. Oh, well, it kind of takes away the luster when we are going up this kind of
Yeah, we kind of blew
hill.
it on that, but,
All right, but from a distance,
it was a big bridge.
from a distance. I don't know the words to that. That's all I know.
I'm feeling very songy tonight.
Very sing-songy. Even though we're on the way home to snow, we're gonna enjoy what?
We're gonna enjoy our wow, that's kind of fun. The thing is right here. We're gonna enjoy the last bit of sunshine before we come home to all that white stuff.
82 degrees right now, just north of Tampa. We've been in 85 to 90 degree weather all this week, except for today's games, which kind of started around 72, 75-ish. But then when the games were done, it was pretty warm. Upper
warmed
80s.
up quite well.
Warmed up, yeah. The ladies have another 2 games on Friday, which is tomorrow. We are heading, hopefully, actually, we have to head to this point. We're going to Lake Park, Georgia, which is just south of Valdosta, which is just over the Florida-Georgia line.
Oh,
Baby, you're a song, you made me want to roll my window and cruise. Very sing-songy. So we have to stay there because we just have to. We want to be able to.
We don't want to lose money. We made a reservation. Right. We don't want to lose money.
That's why. That's like timing-wise, it's like that's a good time to stop without still being in the state of Florida, because we got to make some time, man. We got to get home because we missed the snow.
Which is why I'm driving, because we need to get home.
Stop it. I was doing 89 today. Don't do that. And you weren't even looking. You're on your phone. And I was like, whoa, I'm really cruising here. And then, swear to God, 10 minutes later, whatever county we were in, Lee County, where the state troopers were out on 75.
There were 5 squads that were all in a bundle right beyond a hill. So they had a speed trap that was set up perfectly.
Yeah,
they were nailing people one after another.
Picking them off left and right. So we decided to keep it down a little bit, and now we're finally out of the construction why is there construction down here?
Every big city is just a mob of traffic and construction.
And we're really hitting traffic at the wrong time, I should say. Not the right time, but the wrong time, because 5 o'clock down here in southwest Florida, or now we're kind of south central-ish, southwest-ish.
Yeah, up there.
We're south central west, the Gulf side.
This area we found out is one of the largest growing areas in the nation, and we have seen all those people.
Yeah, because
very congested area.
Being in Wisconsin, I was thinking, oh, Naples, it's quite the touristy town. Maybe it's kind of like a Door County. Oh no, it is not. And it's funny because, yeah, you're right, Jess. We heard the news this morning. They're like, Southwest Florida is one of the fastest growing in the nation, population-wise. So, jeez, who knew?
We did take in some somber sightseeing of the hurricane damage.
We did, and I can post a couple pics here real quick. Okay, Gibby, thanks a lot. That was amazing. It was just mind-blowing. I mean, you see the pictures online, you see them on the news, but to actually be there and see the destruction. And what is really interesting is that water was 15, 20 feet high coming into Fort Myers Beach. I'm looking up at buildings going, I can't imagine just like rushing hard, strong water 15, 20 feet high blowing through this town. It's just
We were seeing
so
boats,
devastating.
5-6 blocks inland in trees.
Like in groves of trees, like in the thicket. And it's like, how did they get, that's how they got up there. That water and the wind just pushed them right into there. How are they going to get them out? That's the other thing. It's crazy.
These are massive boats. These aren't little motorboats. These are huge sailboats and yachts. And it's just so sad to see the destruction that was left behind for people who are now living in tents by their plots of land. And
in no way were we trying to make light of it or anything, but to hear about a natural disaster and then to actually be there, like it's kind of like people who say, you've got to go see the 9/11 memorial. You got to get there. You got to get there. And we haven't been there yet, but people like to say, I've got to get there. And we were like, well, we're going to be down in South Florida. We should really check out the hurricane damage because our daughter goes to school down in South Florida and she had to evacuate. So it's like, let's actually put ourselves in that situation. And you felt for the people back in September. You're like, oh my gosh, look at those houses, look at those businesses. And then when you're there, you feel like 10 times worse for them. It's incredible. So that's why we put those pictures in there.
And the news is over with. There's no attention that's paid to those people anymore, and they are still living in the worst conditions.
Oh my gosh.
They're not doing better. They're finally getting some electricity on the beach line, and there's just one thing after another that's hitting them.
A lot of people without air conditioning because there's no power, so you're just living in the hot, trying to get by, trying to hope that the power companies that are down there and still working, but it's methodical because not only is the power lines down, a lot of the grids
Right.
were destroyed, so they got to rebuild those and then start running power. The cool thing is that we heard on the news was they're putting a lot of the power underground now. So if there is another hurricane, hopefully people can keep their power. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. So there's not going to be any power lines there, but it was pretty, like you said, Jess, a pretty sombering look there. And to be there, you're like, man, I just can't imagine what happened here.
To see an area that was so driven by tourism be knocked down like that is devastating for the local people that live there. And there were still people on the beach despite the
red tide?
The red tide warnings, and but not what would be there in the week of spring break for normal tourism. It was a handful of people.
Sorry, I slipped that picture in of Gibby taking a whiz on the one tree. I just thought that was kind of lighten the mood there for you a little bit. But that was the first thing we did. We were like, well, let's take a picture of this tree. We both did. And there's the dog. I'll say hi to the tree.
Right.
Leaky, leaky. So we are making our way through Florida, and we'll give you another update on how we're doing on the... Well, it used to be called the road to Florida for softball, but now it's the road home. And we're on the way.
Coming home.
Coming home. If the cat's watching, we'll be home soon.